Hello everyone and welcome to this round of Ed Talks. We have Larry Rosia, who's the President and CEO of Saskatchewan Polytechnic. Hi Larry.
Hi Ganga, thank you for the opportunity to be here today.
Thank you. Larry, with the Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney visiting us at this time, the timing is so right. You're also visiting us. There's so many people visiting in from Canada. There's so many ministers coming in. There's a lot of trade discussions going on. So what would all this mean for international students?
I think it's a very positive sign for our international students. At Saskatchewan Polytechnic, we love our students from India. They're hardworking, they do very well, and they're really focused on their education and possible careers and jobs within Saskatchewan. And what the visiting of the Prime Minister, we also have our Premier Scott Moe from Saskatchewan with us here as well. I'm here, my co-worker, Thevi Pather, the AVP of International. Again, this is a signal to India that we want to build people-to-people relationships between our two countries. And I think relationships between countries start with people-to-people relationships. And with those high-profile people from Canada coming here to meet with your leadership, I think that is a strong indication for students from India that Canada would love to have you study in Canada, and especially Saskatchewan Polytechnic in Saskatchewan.
In fact, as the two countries are working towards building greater relationship between the countries, they've been very good in the past, but they somehow broke down, and now again Mark Carney and his whole team is really trying hard to rebuild relations between India and Canada. So that also increases student mobility, people-to-people mobility, like the way you're talking about. There's so many people who've been visiting us from various parts of Canada, and trade discussions are on. Your minister from AI was there. So what does it all yield? How do international students benefit from this?
Well, again, it is a signal that the two countries are rebuilding that relationship and they want to start new. And you said we did have a couple of rough years, but I think that's in the past.
Absolutely.
And this is now. This is a new start. We have the leadership from Canada, at all levels. We have our Prime Minister, we have the Minister of AI, and AI is going to play an extremely important role between our two countries. And you have our Prime Minister, and our Premier Scott Moe, all here at once, trying to send the signal that we want to restart this relationship, and a relationship that will be mutually beneficial for both countries. I think that's really important as well. And as you look at education, applied research, skills training for the thousands and hundreds of thousands of skilled workers that are going to be required in today's economy are really enablers of economic and ties between our two countries, the economic benefits. So I think this is all very positive, and students from India, or potential students from India, should see this as a real strong sign that Canada wants you and needs this cooperation between our two countries.
Yeah, it seems there's a lot of focus on education as well. So there is a lot of transnational education talks going on. The whole delegation of the university presidents were here, and now I think in another 2 weeks, a delegation from the college presidents are going to be here. You're already here, and a lot of discussion is going on. There's a lot of hype about education ties increasing and improving between Canada and India. So do you think this is a good time for international students or Indian students to be choosing to study in Canada?
Absolutely, it's a really good time. All the signals are there. As you said, our leadership of the country is here. Our educational institutions are here.
Yes.
Polytechnics and colleges will be here in a couple of weeks. Again, have those relationships with your institutions here, as well as potential students in India, showing all of them that they are welcome in Canada, and particularly in Saskatchewan. And in Saskatchewan, there's a real unique opportunity as well, and my colleague Thevi Pather will talk to you about some of the return on investment, or why it would be a good choice to come to Saskatchewan, because there is a lot of positive opportunities that doesn't exist anywhere else in Canada. So he will talk to you a little bit about that, so that the students that are listening to this can really understand the ROI for them in looking to Canada to come and study at Saskatchewan Polytechnic and launch some very successful careers. There's also opportunities for permanent residency pathways that he'll speak to.
Thank you so much, Larry, and over to Thevi now.
Thank you.
Great to have you with us, Thevi.
Good to be back, Ganga.
So we have with us Thevi Pather, who's AVP International at Saskatchewan Polytechnic. Thevi, what's the ROI for students who come to study at Saskatchewan Polytechnic?
Good question, Ganga. Students always ask that question, what do I get at the end of this? I would ask the same question. In Saskatchewan, we have been very deliberate in working with the federal government to ensure that our students have an opportunity to remain in Saskatchewan and, more importantly, have a pathway to residency. You might recall that during the IRCC changes, people were very quiet about what the provinces and what the country still has to offer. Saskatchewan, first of all, has a very low unemployment rate. Two, it is a growing province that will continue to require skilled labor, skilled employment. And it's a province that will always need to top up its population. It's a very small province. But here in Saskatchewan, the government has done something very unique compared to the rest of the country. Every year, the government, for the last decade at least, we've had the provincial nominee program, and we call it the Saskatchewan Immigrant Nominee Program in Saskatchewan. They assign a number of spots whereby the province can select individuals to accelerate this residency processing or application.
PR pathway.
The PR pathway. Last year we had about 3,000 spots. In 2026 we have about 4,600. But what the government has done this time, the Saskatchewan government has assigned or allocated 750 of those spots to international students who study in the province at a designated learning institution and get work experience in a priority area. And those students will be eligible for and guaranteed an SIMP spot, which is very unique when compared to the rest of the provinces. We also have the Community Immigrant Program. It's a pilot program specifically to Moose Jaw. Now we have 4 campuses and we have one campus in Moose Jaw. And that community is looking to attract more talent, more residents to the community. So a student who comes to us, takes a program in Moose Jaw, has connections there, has a post-graduation work permit, can certainly apply for that program. So yes, there are those programs across the country, but Saskatchewan is unique in that the jobs are there. We have one of the lowest unemployment rates in the province. And as I mentioned, it's, and Dr. Rosia has mentioned, we are an export economy. We have industries that consistently require skilled labor, and so the opportunities are great. When you ask the question ROI, I think it's a great place to be or to go to for an ROI.
You talked about the graduate retention program as well.
Yes. So I put this into the basket of affordability. We've all talked about Saskatchewan as being an affordable place to live.
Yes.
In terms of the cost of living, especially rent and general cost of living. But when you factor in the graduate retention program, whereby if you remain in the province for up to 4 years, you will be able to apply for a tax credit based on the tuition you paid.
Oh, students will love that.
So you get some money back in your pocket, and you've already invested your career in the province, so they want you to stay. We also have the medical insurance plan that most provinces charge international students for. It's free for international students who come to Saskatchewan. And there's also opportunities for getting, we have about 160 programs at Saskatchewan Polytechnic. We have about 50 programs that are PHWP eligible. So those are the programs that will guide you towards work that the province needs and the country needs.
Excellent. And the cost of living, of course, would be amazing there, right? Compared to...
Yeah, I mean, I always use the example, and my daughter's going to be upset that I use her as an example, is that when she studies in Vancouver and she pays rent of about $1,600 for 1 bedroom in a house with a shared bathroom. That $1,600 in Saskatchewan gets you a newer apartment with an underground parking, 1 bedroom, modern building. So you can see the difference in what you get. Yeah, because it's very affordable.
Oh. So it's all a win-win situation for the student, for Saskatchewan Polytechnic.
Well, I think it's a win for the province, but most importantly, it's a win for the student. As a
Right.
former international student, I know how important it is to have something at the end that gives me an edge in terms of my career progression, and Saskatchewan will offer that to you.
Thank you so much, Thevi.
Thank you.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
And to you students, we look forward to you subscribing to our YouTube channel, watching all our Ed Talks. Go ahead and follow us on all our socials and stay ahead of everything that's to do with international education. Thank you and see you soon.